benefits to running 4K. 4K is one of the new standards for video. 4K monitors are, like the one I have right now, is running at 3,840 pixels by 2,160 pixels. That's roughly twice the density of a 1080p monitor under high def. You might ask yourself, why would I want to upgrade to that high of a video quality? Maybe you're thinking that your monitor is good enough. Well, if you're like I am and you do a lot of photo editing and graphic designing, those software packages usually have so many little buttons and sliders and drop-down menus and features that it's hard to get them all on a small monitor. So if you're into photo editing or video editing or even sound recording or editing, having more area, more space to work with is the goal. I have a fairly inexpensive build for modern day standards. I'm running a Sharp 43-inch monitor at 4K at 60 hertz. The hertz, if you're concerned about what a hertz is, basically it's the rate in which the screen draws up. So 60 hertz is to me a minimum. It's good enough to get by on. As technology becomes more affordable and it advances, those hertz are going to go through the roof. A lot of the monitors are going to claim that they do 120, 240 or greater. Just keep in mind that the output of your source is going to be the actual standard. So in this case, the computer puts out 4K in 60 hertz. It's delivered into the monitor. The monitor upgrades it to what they call is like a true motion or whatnot of 120. All it is doubling the hertz ratio and kind of producing a false frame in between. Anyway, I'm not going to get too far into that. But I'm going to show you some of the advantages of gaming. Also, a lot of people want to get into the 4K gaming industry. They think computers are expensive. They are. However, they're completely worth it. People wonder what the experience is like. Is it odd being on a computer and gaming at the same time? I could tell you no. It is pretty easily, but I could also show you too. Now keep in mind, I'm running a couple applications in the background. I got Corel Photoshop Pro 2018 with several images loaded up already. Each one of these images are photos that I shoot from my camera. They're going 6,000 by 4,000 pixels. Another good reason to why you'd want to go to 4K, because it's going to be a little bit closer, the monitor will be a little bit closer to an accurate representation of the actual photo. The detail in the photos are greater than the monitor. So anyway, I got several of these, and you're wondering, okay, well, how many resources do they really consume? If I go here to image information, it'll tell me. This particular image is roughly 66 megs, and it is consuming about 70 megs of RAM, where the next one may be a little different. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Image information. And meanwhile, the game is loading in the background. So we got another 61 meg image and another 69 megs of RAM. 69 megs of RAM is like a drop in the bucket for what I've got running right now. I got 32 gigs of memory right now on this computer with an 8 gig of memory video card. So it's definitely enough to render in 4K, and the CPU socket type that I'm using is an AM3 Plus, which isn't the highest on the market, but it is an 8-core at 4 gigahertz. I do not use water cooling. It's all, from what the technology they developed was a Wraith cooler, which is basically a fan. Simply put, a fan that goes on top of the CPU to keep it cool. I do not overclock. I have nothing overclocked right now. I'm running an MSI board and an MSI video card. Both of them are working great. The video card is a 390X with 8 gigs of RAM. So we're going to go to play. We're going to play a game. I have a Logitech joystick. This joystick is not the most bleeding edge technology. It is only 25 bucks. Usually you can find them on sale for 20 even. It's wired. It's not the most highest end thing, but I do like it for my purposes. It's perfectly fine. And it is like a lot like a PlayStation style joystick where it's got the two top buttons, all the other side buttons and whatnot. Anyway, we're going to play a game of golf. This is Golf Club 2. As it's starting to load up, I'm going to unmute the volume.
In store for us here.
Okay, so we're going 4K resolution, 60 hertz. I'm running about 44, 45 frames per second right now. We're going to hit the ball. Wow. Which is great. Like being able to be on a computer, having gaming and office tools, and so you can work and play. Having all those seamlessly running is excellent. And I can swap between music too. If I wanted to listen to some music or something, I could crank up the tunes and have a good time with that too. So being on a computer, running all these applications, mind you, I still got Windows going with my website, store.duttondesign315.com. That's where you might want to find a WordPress hosting site. And my other site, DuttonDesign315.com, where it's got my photography information. If you're looking for photography solutions, check it out. So yeah, we got several things going on. This is perfect stress relief on a busy day where all you do is sit on a computer, play a round of golf and see where you get. I'm not the best golfer, but it sure beats being outside in the cold right now. Oh Lord, how do you miss that? Anyway, that's one of the benefits of 4K, being able to switch between applications, being able to see all your information on one screen. This is only a 43-inch monitor. It's not the biggest one out there. As you see, I'm not running a dual display setup. And you might ask, oh, is he really running that game in those graphic details? Yes, I am. We'll go to the screen real fast. We'll go to the graphics screen real quick. Where I can show you that I'm in ultra settings at 3840 by 2160 at 60 hertz. So there it is. If you're looking for a custom gaming system, keep in mind I built this one 2 years ago. Again, I'll run through the specs on it. AM3 plus CPU socket, 4 gigahertz. That's an 8 core, and the amount of RAM I have on board is 32 gigs. Both MSI motherboard and video card. The video card is a 390X with 8 gigs of RAM as well. Putting out 4K at 60 hertz. It's excellent. I love it. If you're looking for another custom build, or you want to upgrade, or maybe just a solution for your work environment / play environment, even if you're in sound editing and whatnot, I have excellent onboard audio on this build too, which is very excellent. You don't have to go with such a big case like this. I got 3 drives, and I got room for 2 more. So you don't have to go that big. You can always get a smaller one, and if you're working with a budget, I can help you work with a budget. So check me out, DuttonDesign315.com. Thank you.